As if the McCrispy couldn't get any better, Bacon and Ranch just entered the chat. The Bacon Ranch McCrispy, available at participating McDonald's for a limited time. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
You cut out a piece of me and now I bleed internally, left here without you, without you. And it hurts for me to think about what life could possibly be like without you, without you. I can't believe that you would have believed me. Fuck all of your reasons. I lost my shit, you know I didn't mean it. Now I see it. You run and repeat it, and I can't take it back. So in the past is where we'll leave it. So there you go. Oh, can't make a wife out of a hoe. Oh, I'll never find the words to say I'm sorry, but I'm scared to be alone. You cut out a piece of me, and now I bleed internally, left here without you, without you. And it hurts for me to think about what life could possibly be like without you, without you. Oh, oh, wow, oh, oh, wow, oh, oh, wow, oh, oh, wow, without you, without you. Oh, oh, wow, oh, oh, wow, oh, oh, wow, oh, oh, wow, without you, without you. It's gonna be hard here on my own, and even harder to let you go. I really wish that we could've got this right. So here I go. Oh, can't make a wife out of a hoe. Oh, I'll never find the words to say I'm sorry, but I'm scared to be alone. You cut out a piece of me, and now I bleed internally, left here without you, without you. And it hurts for me to think about what life could possibly be like without you, without you. Oh, oh, wow, oh, oh, wow, oh, oh, wow, oh, oh, wow, without you, without you. It's my love, it's your love, it's our love. And I be thinking the world is out of love. So love struck, it's fucked up. And she don't really care because everybody want the same thing. New chain, new car, and the same ring. I just wanna make money with the same gang. New glass, new frame, but the same lane. Whole team cold, different, but the same pain. Really, 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 I just wanna plain Jane. Bitches fucking different niggas for the same thing. I'm committed to myself, nigga, so I can't change. She wanna pop it, lock it, drop it. I'm so up, baby, stop it. 10 new windows right around cause I'm popping. She wanna come, mop it, showing no love. Toxic, baby, can't trust. Beyonce want me to hit it. No boxing, pass the grip. Toss it. Hop in the Bentley, the Rari, the Moose head. You got a problem with me, you can come say it. Pass a little thotty off, I had to relay it. Now when they say my name, they be like, he made it. Oh shit, that's tech, that boy up in NY. I'm really from Queens, but they say I'm from LA. 6th grade up in 231 with my fellas. So sad when I moved out the hood, we all fell out. Obvious that we don't give a you don't know. Keep it on the low low. Tall nigga lay low. 7 digits on the payroll. Speaking Guapanese the guapo. Skirt up Tahoe with a tinto. I don't want no friends though. I don't trust many men. And I got a small circle. It's me and many bands. I get a pack and I did it again. I ain't gon' lie, I ain't go to France. Yeah, nigga been busy, I didn't get a chance. Busy finna hit and make a nigga dance. Hey, shawty, she a diva. She a diva. Got shots like a cheetah. Like our Mona Lisa. And we shoot in a movie. That's my life, I can teach ya. Never lie, don't mean a preacher. They talk, don't believe 'em. That little bitch a diva. Fucking leave her. My life is a movie directed by Tarantino. Shawty is a dancer, I'm not talking Billie Jean. Oh, fuck, we know. I write these up. We know. Shawty is a eater. We know. Why she wanna see us. We know. That she wanna be us. Oh, fuck, we know. I write these up. Man, Tucker going crazy. Getting money, but it don't faze me. And I get your bitch on the face me. She been a dub lately. Shit changed, but it ain't changed me. I show up to the show when they pay me. Get a drip, I might skip to the Macy's. Counter records and nigga get lazy. Bang man, yeah, that's what they call me. 23 should be all on my back the way that I be ballin'. All these signs in me, well, look, nigga, I ain't want it. Low key, yeah, I'm want it. Yo, bitch, yeah, she want it. That little bitch a diva.
Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. We're here with Anti-Lock Racing. It's a racing league where it's a blind calendar, so you know the day before the race. So in this case, it would be we race on Saturday, 7 p.m. UK time. You can convert to your own time wherever you are in the world, and then the calendar for that weekend's race is given to you on Friday. So you know the day before so you can get some practice, but make sure like some people when people work or go to school, they aren't as inconvenienced as people who have more free time and can put dedication, so it's more fair. The link is in the description of this video on YouTube. If you would love to join me as a commentator, there's commentating spots open. As a steward, I'm most of the stewards. Yeah, and the way it works in this league is if you want to be a steward, you can't be a racer because otherwise it would be biased. So we try to cut that down. So commentator really won't have too much. I mean, we'll have bias in the sense by what they think. They might not be able to announce as the whole decision when I'm streaming and this video and watching. I only get one perspective, the camera I was at. I don't get any other perspectives. So like, so that's why the commentator or some even just doesn't you don't even need to be a commentator if you just want to be a steward. Steward just people will send the reports. You watch the videos, try to get as many perspectives and follow the rules and say if anyone's to blame or no one's to if no one's to blame, well then no one's to blame. And there's a commentator spot open, I've said many times, but there's plenty of driver spots open. And yeah, so currently the penalties from last weekend's Abu Dhabi Grand Prix were there was a 5-second penalty given, 2 5-second penalties given to Drava, and two penalty points were added to his license, and they both were due to safety car. Under the safety car, they Drava hit the back of JG's car. JG's in the McLaren, as you can see on screen, so that wasn't great for them. And the sorry, the third technical penalty, but second report. That's I'm gonna say third report now. Just the third report was Java again and Feru, but no one was under any. No one was gonna get penalized. It was just the speeding up, slowing down of safety car. Not much you can do there. Really, not much you can do there. So, and the last penalty was uh, why am I forgetting there we go. Sorry, last penalty was Vettel Goat and Consti. Vettel Goat was a bit of lag in front of the car in front of the Haas was lag in front. I don't remember which Haas. I'm not going to say because I don't want to throw someone under the bus. But one of the Haas was a little laggy, and it seemed like Vettel the Goat just didn't hit the brakes, just let off the throttle to make sure they didn't run in the back. And Consti and the Mercedes didn't, I guess, expect that always and hit the back. But it's still your job as the car behind to not hit. Like he didn't do anything unsafe wise. And the standings currently, since we do have some time, are currently English Danish Boy is P1 in the Alfa Romeo. Then wait, that is not. I can't read. Why can I never read? Give me a second. There we go. No, Don Leaf in the Alfa Romeo is P1. Then Arjun in the Ferrari is P2 with 93 points. Leaf has 97 points. Then P3, way big gap behind them. Snap in the Haas with 37 points. P3. Wait, I'm reading them incorrect every time. If you haven't noticed by now, reading is always a joke. I always mess up. Anyways, I'm just gonna go through. Leaf is in P1, Arjun's P2, Mitch is P3, Stella's P4, Body's P5, Baden's P6, Leon's P7, Hugh is P8, JG's P9, Zeke is P10, Feru's P11, Caps is P12, Angus Boy is P13, Gabe is P14, Joni is P15, and there's plenty of other people. And the way it works here is if you have to finish 90% of the race, and you do have to finish it, but if you're anywhere in the top 15 for a normal race, this is a sprint layout, but if you're in the top 15 for a normal race, if you're here for a normal race, then like 50% not sprint, you get the points from 25 for first place and all the way down to 1 point for 15th, from 13th to 15th. So you've just even finishing the race, you will get points. And sprint race, exact same like the typical F1. Why am I forgetting the typical F1 sprint race? Why did I struggle on that? Ugh. So as we are getting almost ready to start, if you're interested in being a driver, probably getting correct on one of the names. I will try to not butcher the name, but don't hope, because butchering names is what I do best. But I will hopefully try to improve on these names. Obviously, if you want to join the league, it's in the description of the YouTube video. Go ahead, feel free to join. You can be a driver, and there's reserve driver roles and main driver roles. But even if a lot of reserve drivers are driving, and where they're ahead of some main drivers, because there's not too many people showing up. So if you want a role, you'll obviously get a role. And we're just waiting for English Danish Boy to pick a car, his Alfa Romeo. I don't know what's happening. And yeah, but there's also other roles in this league. There's roles for stewarding. You can help me, or yeah, help me so I don't have less pressure and I can make sure I'm getting the rules read right and everything. And also there's commentating roles. Commentators will be helpful, so there's two people spotting everything. And obviously, if you just want to watch these, I understand, but we would also love for you to join and help out. And obviously, you can see it's Abu Dhabi. It's sprint weekend, 9 laps, and then the normal race is 26 laps. So those should be some good action. So it's a normal 50% race, but you just get the sprint layout thrown in for free for extra chaos. But could be a good thing too, because if you're really good at race starts. As now we're just waiting for Angry Danish Boy to pick his car. Trying to think of anything else I can say. I mean, the F1 Grand Prix next weekend in Australia. It's not going to be fun for me to watch 1 a.m. on a Sunday. So it's going to be pretty late. And we've been waiting for so long that my controller has decided to disconnect and discombobulate. But in the meantime, and now Angry Danish Boy has picked a car. And we're all ready to go. The way these work, short qualifying. I used to be a driver in this league. I retired after I scored 2 points in the Aston Martin team, so I did something. So there we go. Now my Discord is working better, but always useful to have that. But yeah, I was pretty proud of scoring 2 points, even though it's 2 measly points for Arjun. That race where I scored 2 points, I also Arjun sent it back up the inside, sent it onto the first quarter cutter, and that's when I realized, yeah, I probably should go do something else commentating because Arjun very fast on the controller makes me look stupid. But yeah, it's fun racing, especially when you get a good battle with people. Sometimes it ends badly, but you just have to let those feelings go. Obviously, you can report it, but don't hold grudges against people. It's not the greatest thing to do. As now we are waiting for everyone to come out. So there we go. Thank you. There's the game. Today's grid we have 13 drivers competing for pole position, and if someone's really bad at restarts, they're going to be complaining a lot. As you see, one of the Red Bulls, I think that's Hugo, coming out. This looks like a Ferrari of Arjun. Just trying to judge by the pit line people. I think the Ferrari is going to be out first. Yes, it does look like it. Why can I switch camera? And in the meantime, I will do things like this. You always want these. Oh, snap is off. How did you spin the Red Bull? You were. I'm not gonna ask how you spun there, but you just need to cool down your tires. Seriously, you need to cool down your tires. Did someone lose a wing? Was that just? I guess that was the game bugging, right? Yeah, no one lost a wing. Okay, that was just me also being probably seeing things. Who knows? But as you see, Haas, the snap of Haas, the number 37. This Haas does look nice. It is a plain white card because they're missing a lot of sponsors. I feel could have put more Haas logos on the halo, but they didn't. I'm not the Haas livery designer. As you see, the Haas will come. And as we see, the Haas will come to start the flying lap right now. I think that's Arjun and the Ferrari about to start their flying lap. But let's cut back to Snap. Is he going to get held up? No, the McLaren, I think, is that JG? That is JG. Stays out of the way. Like you should. Stay out of the way. Don't block people in their flying laps. See, I mean, Snap will obviously get pole. I mean, a provisional pole when he finishes his lap, unless he spins. Hopefully, no commentator's curse comes to bite him, because that's not great for him. I think the yellow flags are for just a car letting another car by. I think that's English Finnish boy. Was letting one of the McLarens by. I think that was Vettel the GOAT, but Arjun does go faster than Snap of Sector 1, because he did get a purple sector. Let's cut back to Snap. That is the Red Bull of Hugh spinning on their flying lap. That's not great for their run. Whereas Snap, there it goes. Snap is coming through maggots and beckons. Floor the throttle. Opens DRS. Bit sloppy there, but they're on a controller. But they just want to put a lap time in. Be happy with that. I don't know how many runs they're going to do. Arjun. That's how you do it nice and cleanly through there. Does get a purple second sector. Yellow flags all over the place. You see Panzers coming through the fast corner where Stowe thought he lost the car there. Snap does go over the 129.6. Let's catch up to Arjun coming up to the last few corners. Really hitting those apex pretty much perfectly. Could have gone a little bit wider. And across the line and a whole 1.5 tenths. No. 2.5 tenths faster, I think. Yeah. Faster than what Snap could do, but Snap always has attempts to keep improving. And this does not look like a great lap from Snap's teammate in the Haas, judging by how they just entered the corner. And it was about 3 seconds off their time. Is that Red Bull of Hugh? Yeah. I don't know if they slowed down. Oh yeah, so this is not that push lap. You'll see a lap time on the board. Probably won't be a lap that they were really happy about. Sequel does a lot of ERS, so maybe they start. Vettel the GOAT does seem to be pushed, but it did invalidate the lap. Ferrari obviously not. Where's their teammate? Their teammate invalidated their lap. Let's cut to Baden, I think. Does seem to be pushing. Well, that was a really good, that's some good apexes. They do hit that exit curve, like, or a little bit of Arjun miss. And they're 2 tenths off Arjun. So this looks like there is maybe a small chance of a fight for pole. JG now, let's see what time they do put on the board. They are 2 seconds off Arjun, but currently P3. I mean, they can't complain about that. As you see, Arjun's jumping in the pit lane, I believe. As you see, Zeke is letting everyone by. Yeah, they let the Snapper driver let everyone by. They not impede anyone. Obviously, that's fair. Vettel to go. I might need to invite. Sorry if the stream's a little buggy. I don't know why, but can't control that now. I'll try to fix it for next time. But anyways, get back to the action. Game, just stay in. Thank you. As you see, driver has lost it. is into the wall, can still continue, but does not have a front wing, so they will definitely have to box. There's no point. As you see, the Aston Martin of Shrintuli. There's no point again. The last time I couldn't say, this time I couldn't. The Aston Martin, because they're the only one I could say that. The Aston Martin is on their outlap. So is Anchor Change Boys come out on their outlap. Don Leaf is still sitting in the pit lane. Don't know what they're showing. Maybe they just don't believe they're going to do a good qualifying. So sit and just take the P13. I don't know. I'm not the driver. I'm not in any of their heads. As you see, Vettel to go is invalidated lap. Does seem like Ferru is pushing. Does seem like it, but they don't have much ERS. Hopefully JG is able to come back. They are in the pit lane, so see the Aston Martin coming up to finish their lap. I have to try again. Sorry about this lackluster stream. Sorry about this the lack of commentary. I'm just trying to get the people back in, and it's really a pain. Dang it! Why are you being such a pain? Doesn't help when your controller has controller drift. Why do you go back up to the top? This game is really weird in that way. How do I get okay, how do I invite? Really dislike how it's done this game. No. Okay. don't know what's happening. Our Angry Strange Boy has been disqualified from going the wrong way. Sorry about that. Lack of commentary. We wanted to get someone back in, as you saw. Okay, so now we have JG back in. So they're probably going to come out for one last lap. I don't know. This is everyone. Everyone does look like on their fast laps. Arjen does go fastest. So that is Hugh and the Red Bull, but they do scoot up to P3, but they're also invalidate a lap. They'll probably jump in and come for one more set of tires. I think that is that Snap. No, that is Snap's teammate of Java out here, just casually pushing. So I don't actually know if they're on out laps or if they're on the cooldown laps to go in the pits. Now they seem to be pushing. This is definitely not the cooldown lap because it would save the RERs. It's not a great exit. And they're out of the Grand Prix, and that is them. Highest position they can start this race is P9. So they're going to be upset with that. Zeke does move up to P3. I think that Snap does move up to P6. Is that G? No, that's Vettel the GOAT. Just gonna call him Vettel the GOAT, even though that's not his name. Hasn't validated his laps, so it's not great for them. As everyone can see where the house crashed. Think Baden and Arjun both are jumping in the pit lane. The new tires. I think that is the people out right now. Three of them. What it is. If Zeke is pushing, they don't have a lot of ERS. Now there are non-ERS. That's Snap. Invalidated their lap, so they won't be really pushing. There's no need to. Vettel the GOAT obviously just finished their lap time. As you see, Wheels Smith. Aren't they just on their out lap? Okay, they are. The game's just not telling me they're on their out lap. Maybe it doesn't tell after a certain sector. I don't know. There we go, game. Thank you. So now we see the two people who are not going to be able to improve their position. English and Ishmael will be starting P13. There's nobody else who will finish behind him, and Panzer will finish start out at maximum of P9. Could fall down, but will not start any higher than P9. As you see, will that Haas get out? That's not the Haas, that is the Alfa Romeo Leaf. They do stay out of the way for Ferru. I know for Real Smith, Ferru is his teammate in the pit lane. I think it's JG coming out for their final attempt. They are cutting this really fine on time. Anyone who leaves, I think the Aston Martin might be the last person to make it out. I don't think anyone else will. So everyone who's not out is pretty much saying they are happy with their laps. Let's go back to Wheel Smith. They threw Maggots and Beckett's. Not a great way to take it, but it's they're on controllers. It makes it probably hard. Alpine, I forgot how many stickers it has. It's just like every F1 car is a sponsor, a driving sponsor board, but this one feels like it just sponsors everywhere compared to the Haas. As you see, the Alpine is coming out the last two corners. Nice and beautiful, and comes up to the line, goes P9, so right behind his teammate. I think now Leaf is on their flying lap. We'll be starting their flying lap. I think that's Badon. Yeah, coming up to the last three corners. Arjun invalidated their lap. Is that Snap? Yeah, Snap is starting their lap. Oh wait, or might have done a lap. I think they did a lap. I don't know why Vettel the GOAT came and has crashed, realizing I think they don't have enough time. unless they had a malfunction with their control, which would also be embarrassing because that was caught on the stream. Not great for them. And yeah, so anyone watching, you can the link is for this Discord is in the description of the YouTube video. It's the most convoluted way to say it, but obviously you can join to be a driver. There's full-time drivers and reserve drivers. Reserve drivers are like drivers who will be there in case a driver can't make it and there's a spot available. You can join in, but we have plenty of positions. You can join as a steward, help me in stewarding, or help me currently commentating, as you can hear from my voice. Probably my annoying voice, but can't change my voice. Not downloading one of those programs. As you see, Don Leaf is coming up to the last corner. Let's see what time they put on the board. Go up to P3, so they're currently P3, that's the highest they can finish. I think that is a Wheel Smith in the pit lane, but Arjun, I think that is not in the pit lane, coming up to the last corner. Do get that corner a little better. Why did they slow down? Okay, as Arjun, she's being some showmanship, something. I don't know, they just stopped all of a sudden. Okay, well Arjun now does go P1, so that might have caused Arjun, Beta might have gone P1, so that might have caused Arjun pole position. They got no one to blame except themselves. And Arjun has been DSQ'd, I guess Arjun wants to make his life more interesting. JG just moved to P6, the Esmer new goes P3, that's pretty good for them. And is that the Red Bull? Yes it is. They have invalidated their lap, so that is everyone's finishing position up and all good. I actually do like that Red Bull helmet, the dark navy blue, the yellow. It is very different. I don't know if I would have gone for the black. I would have maybe gone the yellow stripe, but not my helmet. And now as we see, the good rundown for today's race is Baden's P1 in the Williams with a 127.07. Arjun would have been P2, but I think wants to make his life have fun. Okay, you didn't even let me talk. That's just mean. Well, it looks like I won't be able to give you the good rundown. Actually, I might be able to pull up. This is the weirdest way to set it up. Okay, so Baden's P1, the Aston is P2, the Leaf is P3 in the Alfa Romeo, the Red Bull is P4 of Hugh, Zeke is P5, JG is P6, Snap is P7, both the Alpines are P8 and P9. Java and the Haas as P10, so it's a Haas sandwich and the Alpines in the middle, and gonna have to cut back to the race and lights out and away we go. And why is these things disabled? I hate this game. What tires? So most people on mediums, there's 2 people on softs. As Hughes is going around the outside of everyone. Hughes start. That's Snap is mid positions. JG stayed put. Arjun already up here, and Java I think is the guy. Java and Zeke might have had collision something. Who knows? Cut back up to the front. Hughes is now P1. The SMR is P2. Oh, that Williams and Baden does send it. And now Snap needs to get past these people because they have soft tires. They need to make advantage of their soft tires. And there will obviously be no stops, but towards the end, their tires will probably degrade more than the mediums. It doesn't even give show the game doesn't show an option of the medium and the soft tires, the good ones, so that's saying something. So they're gonna really need to make a good run for it, as you see. So that current order is Hughes P1, Baden's P2s. Yeah, Hugh the GOAT, but Hugh is P1, Baden's P2, the Esmer's P3, the Haas is P4, Leaf is P5, Arjun's P6, JG's P7, Feru and Will Smith are P8 and P9, respectively. Our Danger Exchange Boy is P10, and as we see Vettel the GOAT, did they have a collision? The hell happened there? How did you do that? I'm guessing some collision was probably made with Zeke. It does look like it's only a virtual safety car, because I don't see the safety car dot on the map, but how did you do that? I don't even know how that happened. Well, Zeke will now pit probably onto another pair of softs. They got nothing to lose, so maybe. Why did they pit in the first place? And if they didn't change any front wing, don't know. But now we see Drava is far behind the group. Then Angerson scores about second and a half off the group in front of them, and then it's just a big line of cars. Arjun has already made their way from P12, I believe, to P6, so halfway through the grid. As we now see the Red Bull of Hughes is P1, keeping a good distance, but the DRS will eventually be activated. Oh, that means Beta will be able to close up if they stay within 1 second. Normal F1 rules. Snap is falling away from the top 3, but is still ahead of Don Leaf. Snap stop, no, soft tires probably are helping them now, but he's going to be in some pain towards the end of the race. Really jumps over that curb. Could have ended badly, as you see the message DRS is enabled this lap. Snap will not get any DRS in the guys in front, and it does look like that Feru just looks like they spun. So no end race ending contact, but looks like spun, so they will not be getting any points along with Java, and Exchange Point currently will not be getting a point. So up to Will Smith is where the points end. So he's the person with last points. This is normal F1 point system for sprints. So nothing has changed. 8 points for P1 and then 1 point for P8. So first, second don't have a lot, but if you finish 8th and you're in the Constructors Championship fight, can mean a lot. Arjun did move up to P4 now. So Arjun, I don't think we'll get the top 3, because the top 3 have pulled away. They seem to be doing also having some good pace. Hughes is pushing there. And now Hughes probably will get past by Badon, because they've tried working together to stay ahead of Arjun. Hughes doesn't really go for it, Badon also does leave a lot of space. They obviously won't have race ending contact, because they still got 6 more laps to go. Ooh, that was really close. I thought they were going to have a little collision. As you see the little Honda logos on the side, a beauty. I wish Honda would put their logos bigger, like they did in 2021 on the Red Bulls. I love them. But anyway, let's get back to the action. So the top 3 are Hugh, Baden, and Desmar, and they're within a second of each other in total. Arjun is pulled 2 tenths on them, so at this rate, he might get past. As we see, I think that is Zeke spun, so they're already in the back, so they're from bad to worse. Not great for them, obviously. As now we see Hugh is P1 and Baden's P2, Aston Martin's P3. Arjun is catching, so Arjun actually will probably be in this fight. Snap is not losing as much time to Arjun as I thought. Maybe Snap's got the rhythm down or something. JG just cruising along. Will Smith has passed Leaf. So now Will Smith will get 2 points to the Alpine team. We'll open their did that showed DRS, right? Unless my game is bugging. That did show DRS, and you should not add that line anyway. Yeah, Arjun is going to catch these guys. Snap is not losing. He's pulling away from JG and keeping up with Arjun decently well. So he just put the fastest sector lap time in. He puts the lap time of what I think JG and Ferru and Will Smith put in qualifying. That's the lap time he's able to play in the race. And Arjun is playing on controller, so that's what he says at least. As we see, Hughes is currently in P1. As we see, the first penalty goes to Drava. They do get a 3-second time penalty. Won't be that affecting them because they're in P11, so they weren't getting any points anyways. So you see now, will Baden catch up? Baden is burning a lot of ERS, more than they have less ERS than Hughes does. Hughes does defend well. Baden does really get a good exit, but can't really go anywhere with it. We'll send it probably up the inside. That was that. Sorry about that, but that was really close. Sorry, my game. Jesus, Gabe. Okay, that was really close. Fair but close. Closer than they probably would have liked. As we see, Arjun has got a 3-second time penalty, and so is Zeke. So Arjun now, even passing these drivers, all three of them, does not guarantee P1. He has to pass and go 3 seconds ahead. So that makes his life harder, and probably will get P4. Probably the highest he will get. So as you see, Arjun is in P4. Snap is in P5 still. Don Leaf has got past JG now. So Don Leaf got passed by Ferru, then past Ferru again. And then now is past JG. So JG has moved down from the starting position on the grid, P6, now down to P7. And he's got passed by a pretty beautiful car, the Alfa Romeo. But let's come back up to the front action of Hugh. Baden. Man, there's a lot of ERS. How much? Yeah, they save a lot. Little tire banging, I think. Okay, little side port banging now. I would have said you should have left more room, like a little smidge more. Because I don't know, actually, that's my perspective from this. I don't know because, well, you don't know because I couldn't see their perspective how much room. Maybe they had plenty of room. And now Arjun is pretty much on the back of these guys. I don't think we'll get DRS this time. But next straight probably will, but he's going to have to fly past them. And anyways, as you can see, JG is still within the DRS range of Leaf. And Will Smith is in DRS range of Angry Spanish Boy. But these two battling doesn't really matter. They're not getting anything for points. They might help them in the race to get some extra points. But sometimes starting where Zeke is all the way down P12 in the back of the grid might help because you don't have to worry. It starts. You could get collected, but it's less likely because you're on the midfield. You have time to react. See now Hughes is still in P1, almost out of DRs of Baden. Baden does seem to be struggling. I think they're burning a lot of ERS. Now they might have a higher. Do they have like a lower? I don't know, but oh, Hughes is gone. Hughes has went from being a goat to spitting out and losing a potential P1, and they do stay out of snaps away, but Hughes tires will be overheated, and that will be their race pretty much done, and they will finish P5. So now it's up to Baden and the Aston Martin. For some reason, Arjun isn't catching. Still not within. Now will be in DRS. Should be. Yeah. There we go. Now it's a DRS. Arjun has lots of ERS. So if these two trip up or mess up, Arjun has got P1 in the bag. But even if you pass both of them, he has to go 3 seconds ahead of them. Hugh is all over the back, does not get DRS. As you see, I think it's Angry Stage Boy spotting given P9 to Will Smith. So, you know, Panzer is thinking about it. Was a bit, I think, nervous to go there. Panzer's being cautious, so they don't want to obviously, you know, lose any positions. But I don't think it would matter. But they just want to keep it clean. Maybe don't get some penalty points. Important those are. But it's an unfortunate day for Hugh and the Red Bull because, well, they were doing so well, and now they fall down to P5. It does look like Snapstars have dropping off, and now Hugh should probably get past them. Why does the gap for the DRS of the Red Bull and some look really small? Really annoying. Do they finish the move? They do, and they will probably pull away from Snap. Snap could actually get past, but don't leave. Snapstars look to be dead and done so. Snapstars going Snapstars haven't really paid off for them. I don't know how they would have done the meetings. It doesn't look like it's a great payoff. As we've seen, Baden and Yasmar still fighting for P1. So is Arjun. But Arjun does have a 3-second time penalty. What is Arjun going to do here? Arjun was burning some, but then doesn't burn anymore. Is Arjun going to send it? All over back of these guys. Hughes does get a 3-second time penalty. So, and I think that is Don't Leave coming flying past Snap. Snap is relegated now down to P6. Their days. It was a good start for them, just they're struggling now. He's struggling. JG is only 1.6 seconds losses. JG might actually come and ruin the party for Snap even more. Potentially. Actually, JG does have a 3-second time penalty, I believe. So that probably will not happen if these top 2 drivers do not get any penalties. They will finish 1 and 2. And they do not, so Baden will finish P2s, and the Support will finish P1, and RJ will finish P3. Unless Baden does, Baden did go wide, so I thought they were going to spin. Is RJ going to send it? He does send it because, well, why not? Doesn't matter, this is just for pride. And Baden does stay ahead of them. Let's cut Hughes. We'll go down to P5, and Don Leaf will move up to P4. Snap will stay P6. JG all over the back of Snap will stay P7. Faru will move down to P8. Locking up the brakes on the last couple corners. They need to be careful. I don't think they're doing this on purpose. They just losing track. Did they leave the game? They might have left the game. Something happened. No, they have plenty of fuel. Oh, which gave Will Smith, Faru's teammate, points instead because they had a time penalty. Angry Sport just finished P10, Panzer just finished P11, and P12. They can still show for the race. And obviously we have Avella the Goat who was crashed out. It was unfortunate for them, but they got a chance. No, as we already did good driver of the day, obviously the game, the way it usually works is how many positions you made up. So yeah, that is the rundown. So Astorn just finished P1, the Beta just finished P2, Arjun just finished P3. Tonley finishes P4, Hugh finishes P5, Snap finishes P6, the McLaren of JG finishes P7, the Alpine, both the Alpines are P8 and P9, Will Smith is ahead of Faru, English Boy is P10, Java is P11, Zeke is P12 in the AlphaTauri, and the only non-finisher of this race was Vettel the Goat in P13, right? This game really needs to fix the pit lane AI greatness. As we see Mercedes, none of the Mercedes drivers are here. If you haven't noticed, I'm trying to remember. We have Haas drivers. We do have one Williams driver. We do have one Aston Martin driver. Do have an AlphaTauri driver. I think the only team we seem to be missing fully is Mercedes. Didn't bother showing up this weekend. Total was probably so mad with the cars, like, there's no point showing up. We're going to get 2 points. 2 points. Not worth it. We could spend the extra money going somewhere. As you see, it's five lights. And lights out, and away we go. And the race does seem to either be a 2-stopper or 1-stopper. As you see, everyone's keeping it clean. Arjun has got Capes, Baden, who was moved down to P3. Don't leave. Oh, I thought they were going to be taken out. So I need tires. Thank you. So the top 3 do have hards. Then Leaf is in mediums. Hugh is in hards. And then from P6 to P9 is again mediums. Then Zeke is on hards. Vettel that goes in soft. Ferru's back on is on mediums. And as we see, Don Leaf does go wide, and English Newsboy is on soft. Back up to the front. Arjun is all over the back of that Aston Martin. Giving pressure, and there's almost already a second gap between Arjun and Williams. As you know, Don Leaf is trying to go fast. Oh, that's a little bit of contact. Okay, there's more wheel banging. How have they not ended their race? Hughes takes this opportunity to go past Don Leaf. That is a sensational move. With a clean overtake. Snap is also snipping their opportunity. Snap just seemed to be running higher downforce, so that is hurting them on the straight. JG now thinking about going for a move. Are they going for it? Now they backed out. They wanted to play it safe and live another day, obviously. It's kind of important as well. Ooh, I thought... Did they touch? I think JG might have locked up and just touched the back of Snap. It's unfortunate if they did. So now Snap has moved all the way down. And I think is that Zeke? Yeah, Zeke did spun too, so his day is just... He just needs to finish the race, he'll get some points at least. As you see now, Arjun and the Aston Martin are still fighting, but Baden has would lose DRS next lap if the gap stayed the same. Zeke has spun again, probably due to the tires being overheated. As you see, there is a 3-way fight for P10. Vettel the Go is in P10. Snap is who was spun, was tapped in the rear, I think, by JG, or they spun there. I don't know. In mine, it seemed like they got tapped, but who knows. Now Snap is past Vettel the Go, which is surprising because Vettel is on soft tires. The hell is it just bouncing? JG is out. What happened there? It's like one of them lagging? What? Yeah, I think Metal the Goat is lagging because it does look like, unless I'm lagging. No, the Haas driver does seem to not be. No, it just might be me. Yep, that seems like a me issue. So see, step out of the Goat has spun, and JG is now struggling without a front wing, so they're gonna have a box. And that has pretty much ruined their race. Let's cut back up to the front. So now Arjun is within 1 second of the Aston Martin. We'll get some DRS. Opens the flap, obviously. Still keeping the pressure on. Still keeping that pressure on the Aston Martin. Yes, so keeping that pressure on the Aston Martin and staying within the DRS. The Beta now is slipping down into their own P3 spot with Don Leaf still within their DRS. And I think that is Snap, who was on injured tires and has retired. I think they realized their race is over with, and as Will Smith has spun, something happened. Not joining the track dangerously, I would have probably just waited off track went to the left on that road and joined that way. Sitting there, if Angry Transport had lost the car or something went in the back of you, that would have not been great. Probably would have been on you because losing the car is a mistake, obviously, but there's only so much to do. As you see, Snap is slightly annoyed with this game, but this game's not great. The physics of this game, the way it works, is we're going to cut. I think Strava just being taken slow. There's a fight looking. That is Vettel to go, and Zeke fighting for P11, P12. There's still positions. So the top two are fighting. Baden has. Oh, Leaf is behind Baden. How did Leaf end up here? I don't know. Okay, yeah, so Snap is at least from their perspective. I think JG just tapped the back of them, which is what I thought, but I don't have JG's view and to see. What the? What? Who invited the Satan? What the hell just happened? What? Okay. Was I the only one to see that? Who knows? How did they get so close to each other? Okay, the times have worked. There we go, now the times are fixed. Yeah, so it does look like. So it does seem like, from at least Snap's perspective, it does seem like JG just slightly locked up, which just went deep on the brakes and just tapped them. Honest mistake, obviously. Is it still in JG? Yes, because it's your job to brake. Snap didn't break anything all of a sudden. So like, yeah, it's JG to do it purposely, but it's still an honest mistake, but it's on them. But yeah, it's the steward's job, my job in that case, pretty much to. So now it is still Arjun is all over the back of the Aston Martin, is closer, and now Baden is 2 seconds behind. Hugh is still with it. Hugh is now falling 1.6 seconds away from the Williams. Don Leaf is almost within Hugh's DRS, or is it falling out? I can't tell. Don Leaf should be catching up to Hugh because they are on mediums compared to hards. Or the mediums could be already starting to die. That could also be it. I think it's these English boy. What the? What the? This game. Anyways. This game is confused where he is on track. Oh, they real object. Panzer, I think the Zeke at least drove straight through them, so I think you can drive through them, but let's not test it. But yeah, Panzer did seem to react thinking they were real. Yeah, everyone's thinking they're real. And now they're finally ghosting at least. Now they're back to being fine. What the hell is happening? Let's catch back up to the front. Archer is still behind the Aston Martin. And they both haven't burned much ERS. Okay. How did Arjun put the fastest lap there when they're not across the line? What is happening to this game? Baden has moved is still in P3. Hugh is dropping back from Baden. Donleaf is staying with within now DRS. Vedagot has got a 5-second, no, 3-second time penalty for multiple corner cutting. Angry Strange Boy has fallen down now. This is the P10, and why are they just random yellow flags on the map? There's more random yellow flags. Is that like Snap invisibly driving around on the track? As you know, Zeke has got past JG. JG does seem to be struggling. Maybe there's some slight damage from the contact with Snap. Now Drava has got past Vettel the Goat, but something is wrong with this game. Unless they both pit, which they didn't. So why are they going? Anyways, the Aston Martin is still ahead of the Ferrari. Zeke has now moved up to P7 and past Farouk. Zeke is now flying. Where did Zeke? Wasn't Zeke? Didn't Zeke pit? Oh no, Zeke spawned, but okay, I guess they're really confident. They got their spinning out of the way, then now they're really fast. Seems like Vettel. Maybe they're Sebastian Vettel, they spin, but when once they get all the spinning out of the way and they're fully confident, they are fast. Arjun has still less ERS than the Aston Martin. The Aston Martin, I think, is trying to pull us out the DRS. Is Arjun struggling compared to the Aston Martin? Angry Strange Boy now does get a 3-second time penalty. So, and now Zeke does also get a 3-second time penalty, but has got past Will Smith as well. Donleaf is behind Hugh, is now within the DRS. Let's see, turns in pretty beautifully. And I think what is happening with this game? How would they be behind game? Please explain. They're anyways, this makes commentating a lot harder. So I think, at least from what I'm seeing in my game, Arjun is still P2. Arjun is not P1. The Aston Martin is P1. Bain is P3. Hughes is P4. Right? Yeah, Hughes is P4. Donleaf is P5. Something is happening to this game. So we'll have to see. I think Donleaf. Did Donleaf leave the session? What is. I don't get what's happening. Did everyone like disconnect? Okay, so maybe these two are, I think, let's see. But Zeke has now got past. There we go, now the times are being fixed. Something went wrong with Arjun. Arjun's pretty far back. Get held up for some reason, something. And they didn't get DRS. Something's wrong with this game. Did Vettel the Goat spin? I don't know. I don't know what's happening, but now the Aston Martin does have a gap over Arjun. The Aston Martin and Arjun Origin's probably going to want to undercut that extra margin to gain an advantage. But they also do seem to be struggling. How are they on 9-lap old tires when the race has been 11 laps? I know they didn't pit. And they have also disconnected. What is happening with this game? Yeah, is this just me? This could just be me. Yeah, I don't know what's happening now. Zeke is in P1, and Vettel to go is calling it a day. They're in the pit lane, it says, but they're clearly not in the pit lane. This makes commentating so hard at the times. So they're in P1, but this this game, the Codemasters, EA, fix this game. Imagine this happens on like Elite and F1 Esports. You would be fixing it then. You don't fix it when it's not. It's so hard. So who is he? Is he in P1? I know this commentating is probably just stupid, but I'm confused. Like I don't know. So who's where? Can't just be moving around people game. Like JG just pitted, I think, or they've fallen back that much. But one of those two. Okay, so is Zeke P1? I don't know. Oh my god, this game. The hell is everyone at? Okay, think the time to sort themselves out. So the Astronauts P1, Ferraris P2, Baden's P3, Hughes is P4, Will Smith is P5, Fergus P6, JG's P7, Dominic's P8, Zeke is P9. But Zeke hasn't pitted, it says at least. So, where? They have not lapped anyone. I think the game is confused. This game. Again. What is this game? This game makes it so hard to commentate when I don't know who's where. I can use the map, but like, who knows if the map is even correct? We got a safety car that popped out, like all of a sudden at one point that should have been the queue to restart something. 25% race, I don't know. But this race has gone the shambles. I think the game transitioning to a new host did not help because it was so confused. Watch, yep, they're still in the pits, and how are you pitting here? This makes no sense. Maybe they just popped out of the pit lane. Okay. This game literally makes no sense. Or has everyone left? I've not got any messages that anyone has left the race, but I could also just be watching a completely entirely different race. All I can tell you is Pharaoh's not anymore. Okay, seriously game, keep loading. I just need you to load the correct thing and stay correct. How is this happening? Like, why are you pitting here? What the hell is happening? So I just can't commentate because I don't know what's happening. You're in the pits, but you're the pits through Cop's corner. What is happening? What the hell is happening? It would be more funny if everyone just left, called it a day, and I don't know, so I'm just watching the AI drive. Would be really funny, but hopefully that isn't the case because, well, it makes me look really stupid. And when I say stupid, really stupid. Which I would prefer not to be. I think the Aston Martin's still P1, the Ferrari's P2, Baden and the Williams is P3, Hughes is P4, and then I don't know who's where and where. Like, I seriously don't know who's where after the game. I only know the top 4. Who is where? Game. If anyone's thinking of buying F122, this is what it's like. Don't. Yeah, stupid. Like, I don't like people like, yeah, to send dive bombs. Like, that's the problem. Like, I don't want them to send a dive bomb out of no. I don't know because like some of those humans, you know, like when you're racing against the AI, at least content creators will like push them wide, like because the AI doesn't have an algorithm to push people like wide and off the track. Like you as a person, you know you can because the AI won't fight. But if imagine the AI is like, oh no, you're pushing me wide, giving me no room. I'm just going to take the contact instead and hurt you. So so that's why I do kind of like I want the AI to be aggressive. I'm fine if they send like a dive bomb, but not an unrealistic dive bomb, if you get what I mean. As you know, Arjun and Baden are pitting, but probably on just some medium tires. I just don't know what is happening. The hell is happening? I can't even commentate on this race because I don't know who's where. Like, see now Hughes is all the way down P9, which I know is not true. But then the battle to go. Okay, this game is time. Like, what? Yeah, smart. We'll probably jump in the pit lane. I feel like I'm just watching an entirely different race, or no one's here, and I'm not watching any race, and they've all left to go home. And honestly, this way, that's kind of what it looks like. Really dumb and stupidity. And I'm sitting here watching it. This game gonna be more rant than commentating at this point. Okay, now the Aston Martin is in the box, and Arjun, Hugh, and Baden have pit onto medium tires. Hugh did pit a lap before Baden, but how did I don't even want to ask how we got that far. And now the Aston Martin is in the pit lane. This is the pit lane. Slowly rolling up. Slowly rolling up. See, they have got past by Arjun. And now have been passed by Hugh. So if that's how much the pit lane delays you. So Arjun pitting a lap sooner gave them about a 3-second lead over the leader before pitting. So the undercutters were a treat, but who knows? The game could, at this point, put a tractor in front of the Red Bull and the Red Bull smack into it. Like, sure. I mean, actually, if you want a tractor, just call, at least in 2022, call Aston Martin or Williams in the beginning of the year. If you want an actual tractor, 2019 Williams, 2021 Haas, their tractors. But seriously, I don't know what's happening with this game. I think that is the Crown Guard, so Arjun is P1, Hughes is P2, the Aston Martin is P3, Baden is P4, Don Leaf is P5, Meru is P6, JG is P7, Will Smith is P8, Zeke is P9, Metal to Go is P10, English is Bryce P11, and Java is P12, and the only person not to finish is Snap. It does look yellow flags. Is that Zeke into the? I think Zeke spun at the same corner they did before. I don't. What is happening? Oh, it was. Is this just AI battling? Like it seems like this is the way the AI battle. I'm just feel like I'm watching an AI battle instead of the actual race. This game, this game, this game. This game. But anyways, judging by how that thing hasn't changed too much, that is probably the current leaderboard. So there are 4 people on soft, the top 4 on soft, not soft mediums. I can't read. That's always going to be the joke. And it does seem by the sector time. Let's see, where just. So the game is glitching, I think. I want to see. So that is where the lap starts. So it does seem like that's where the lap starts. And what's happening is the game is getting confused. It's still passing the real sector times. So when I'm able to judge. When I'm able to judge. And I think Zeke is actually the proper pit lane. They are, but. Am I just too far down? I hope I was just too far down the pit lane. If that's just how. If this is the correct leaderboard, yeah, the Java and English Danish boy, there's no chance they have. And so about. Sorry about that. So does Vettel go. I don't know if it's the leaderboard or what. Like, Hughes is now down to P4 after being ahead of Baden by clear margin. Like seriously, I don't know what's happening. What the hell is happening to this game? And now Arjun gets a fast lap. See there, the game is. This game is going to make me want to kill this game. Okay, now at least everyone's gonna go through the pit lane. The game is functioning that well. But there, why is he jumping on soft tires? What? Why would Hugh do that? They dropped down to P8. What the hell am I watching? So the scuffed up video just watching. You're hearing a confused man with F122. That's not surprising. A man who really is getting pissed off at F1 2022 or 22. Great game, EA. Just great game. Boy, so much focus on F1 life. Can't say certain words. So focused on F1 life, you didn't even focus on this bug. This bug. I don't. Who's P1? Who's P2? Like, is there? They're both ghosted. So like, what is happening? Imagine everyone else's race. I'm gonna have like a different tier list than everyone else. Anyways, it does look like there's 5 laps left of this race. Arjun is P1. The Aston Martin is P2. Payne is P3. Don Leaf is P4. Haru's P5. JG is P6. Will Smith is P7. Hugh is P8. English Boy is P9. Zeke is P10. Jarvis P11. And Battle of the Goats P12. But I don't know if these times are even correct. And now Baden has got past Don Leaf, which does seem to be accurate on track, but like with people parking in the middle of the road for the pit lane, like, and no one in the Discord is like saying anything. What is happening? Anyone got any clue? Like, I seriously don't know. There's a guy on my scuffed. I'm not gonna pre-order the next game. I don't care. Unless the game's gonna say I'll give you 15 bucks back if you pre-order, then yes, that's fair enough. But otherwise, nope, not pre-ordering. Not worth it. Gonna see what the commentators people have to say. Wait a week and then buy it. I actually went back playing F1 2021 career mode and doing a my team now. I usually do normal career mode because I find that's kind of cool. I can go to teams like this team, Ferrari. Start out with a fight championship with Ferrari. Played since 2017. Yep. Still not won one for them in all my career mode saves. But have one with McLaren. Not not 2017 to start, but one with McLaren, Mercedes, Red Bull, obviously, Renault with that time now Alpine in 2021. Not, I am driving for them, but not probably going to. I was driving for them before I made a my team save. The car was the fastest, but I had some unfortunate mistakes, which I had 2 more races to go, and I was 25 points down. I could have still won, but I would have needed a failure for that to happen. So, as you see, I think that is the Aston Martin. It is still all over the back of the Ferrari, but who knows, because I'm so lost on this. See, there we go, the time's changed. Sorry, don't leave, but I know you're not P1. It's not me being rude, it's just, I know you're not P1. So Donley is not, I don't think P1. I think Arjun is P1. Masterman's P2, and then Baden's P3. Don't ask, this game is scuffed. Don't buy it for 2022. Buy it for 2021 or even 2020. Heck, even 2019 is better than this game. One thing I did like about 2019 was the contract system a lot. Like, it wasn't perfect, but like, I feel like it was so much cooler. I'm going to talk about this. The race, I don't know what's going on. Like, seriously, I don't. It does seem like Arjun is pulling away from the Aston Martin. Baden is in his own territory. Is Ferru P4? Now, see, like, what's there? Zeke just went through him, so I don't know what I'm watching. So I'm just watching the AI race at this point, and I got put in the different race than everyone else. You know what? This race, I'm so lost. Anyways, as we are waiting for this race to finish, because I don't know what's happening. I'm literally going to look at one of the other drivers. So they are P5. For me, they are P7. So JG, this person. Dawnleaf is ahead of them. By 26 seconds on their stream. And there, he's also a lap. Oh wait, no, he's a back marker. And Will Smith, who says they're P8, is actually P7 according to their stream. And Zeke is P6, not P5. My game is so scuffed up. Like, how is... I'm, like, watching a different race at this point. At least, now we're starting the last lap. JG is starting their second to last lap. Oh, this is going to be a good one to watch for everyone, because they're going to see why there was a lack of commentating, and hopefully understand, because, well, there is nothing to commentate on, because I am so lost. Who is where? I'm literally going to the efforts of asking JG, a driver, who's P1. That's the level of insanities we've got here. Like, I seriously don't know what. So, I'm going to assume that the Aston Martin is P1 and Arjun's P2, but I could be watching a different race. Where's the finish line? Oh, that was the finish line. Oh, we have to wait for Baden to cross the line, don't we? game is so scuffed up, it's not even showing me when they finish. Almost dropped my phone. And my phone's giving me a warning it's not going to take any more charge because it is too warm, because after watching a video on a wireless charger just created a lot of heat. Hughes has DNF somehow. I think, did they just call it that? I don't know how this game. Okay. Is this the car in order? I need to actually go toward. There's no point even asking. We're going to find out. This is the best thing you'll see in this game. If someone has finished the race, you would not be flying past them on your still racing on. Like Veto the Goat. This game. So it does seem like Arjun did score P1, Baden's P2, and the Aston Martin's P3. So my order was wrong, sorry, but it's just I couldn't do anything about it because what am I supposed to do? Someone else in the Discord Veto the Goat saying going back to F1 2021. Good choice. Go back. As we see, Arjun now has scored 32 points. Arjun has scored 32 points. Baden's 25. The Esperance 23. Then Alpha Leaf is 17. JG's 12. Zeke is 8. Smith is 7. Hugh is 5 points. The Alpine Alferu is 4. Snap is 3. English scores 2. And Veto the Go and Java scored 0 points. And yeah, that is the race. The next race will be held at the same time Saturday. Obviously, we're Anti-Lock Racing League. If you would like to join us to be a commentator, driver, steward, the link is in the description of the video. Come join us. We would love to see you guys. We obviously would love more drivers. And have a great rest of your day.